Hey everybody, so I got another topic for you. Now I know a lot of people watched the Super Bowl and they were talking about, well, he sung a song. One of the last ones was they're not like us. They're not like us. Not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us, right? So this is the thing. A lot of people were believing that he was just focusing on the beef between him and Drake. And then some people were thinking they were talking about black versus white. They not like us. They not right. And then also focusing on the rich, the poor. See now, there's so many messages in the song that you can convey this to. So these are surface level things when you're focusing on the thing going on between two men, and they're saying they're two black men, right? And then you're focusing on the black, the white, this and that, like, oh, we're better than them, they not like us, right? And then also focusing on, in my perspective, rich or poor. Now that's a good one right there, but in this world, if you focus on surface, you would see that rich and poor based upon surface level reasons. But if you go deeper, you will realize that there are those that are poor in spirit, and then there are those that are rich in spirit. So that's the poor, the rich and the poor as well. And that's what we're seeing in the world. If you see the big stage, we're seeing individuals that choose to remain in low vibration, and then we're seeing the individuals that are choosing to have a perspective in a higher vibration. All right, so they are removing the middle class right now. That's what they're doing in this world, in this system. So we can only see rich or poor rather than white or black. The middle class was codependent upon the external approval and validation from the rich, from the system, and they were used to fund the rich by looking down on the poor. So they use the middle class to look down upon the poor so they can feel as though they are more superior than those that are poor. So the poor and the middle class were providing more money to the rich over and over and over again, right? So they utilized the funding so that they could be able to gain control in their form. So they were utilizing funds in their state of spiritual poverty. You see what I'm saying? To also make it look like individuals that were not in the state of spiritual poverty appear as though they are, so that they can have a form of control, because some people choose not to do the work, so they actually can have internal wealth and external wealth. All right, so they were utilizing the middle class and the poor to fund the rich. So they caused them to look down on the poor until they got what they needed from them, which was the funding. And now they no longer need them because they got where they needed to be as far as the funding and in a position of power. So this is the divide that they wanted, but it only will cause us to unite as one. See, it's like you were trying to destroy the individuals that you use to get to your place and your position of power. This is a perspective. It's two perspectives to this. So individuals that were utilizing the people that they considered to actually be more, but they made them believe that they were less. So they actually caused them to fight and bicker against one another. So this group could believe that they are better than this group, just like how the rich believe that they are. So you're taking on the system, the perspective and the mindset of the system while in the game system. All right. So This is what they wanted to take place. In my opinion, it's a perspective. Because you can look at this as a perspective of a teacher trying to teach a student something as well. All right, I'm going to go further into that later. So, they not like us. They not like us because we have an open heart and they don't. So, this is what's going to cause the world to unite beyond the race, beyond the gender, beyond this, beyond that, because they're going to say, wait a minute, they used us to fight against one another, to divide rather than unite, when it's more of us and less of them. But they have finances. They created a system of finance. It doesn't mean that it actually has more power, but we believe that it had the power. So that's what provided them with the ability to make the moves that they are making. But when you remove your belief in the system, then you can create a new system, because it's more of you and less of them. Here we go. So they cause the world to become codependent. All right. When you have an open heart, you won't choose to utilize money and finances and positions of power or gender or race to make individuals feel less than you, unless you're trying to teach them who they are. See, when we choose to remain in low vibration, our Creator's mother and father will yet utilize us to teach the ones that are choosing to do the work so they can raise to a higher vibration. They'll actually use the lower vibration individuals to teach the individuals that are unaware of who they are how to rise above it all, because they could believe that they are destroying them, but they're actually causing them to increase their faith and no longer believe that fear is possible, because they experience so much pain. What is the need to even focus on fear as being something that I need to worry about? Because you turned me into a superhero. I experienced so much pain that I was able to transmute that pain that I received into power. So now I have gain, and I don't walk in fear, I walk in faith, because I see and I have seen what I have accomplished in my life. So I know that all things are possible. So you say thank you to the individuals that were trying to destroy you, because they actually made you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You know, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Stand a little taller. So they just made you stand taller when they were thinking that they were actually trying to destroy you. Ralph Smart said they tried to bury us, but they forgot that we were seeds. So it's like you were thinking that you were burying me and you weren't going to have to see me again, but I was going to sprout again. And I was able to go down in the dirt and learn more abilities and actually realize who I am. Because when I sprouted again, I said, oh, wow, I'm very strong. So you say thank you to those that were trying to destroy you, because they only made you stronger. So when people and individuals choose to remain in low vibration and do not do the work, internal work on themselves, they actually end up still sacrificing their sense of freedom and false victory, because they cause their own destruction, because they cause you to rise. So when I rise, you rise. Just like that. Just like that. You will rise anyway, because you're going to see yourself. So when you're able to see yourself in the mirror, now you're forced to realize, wait a minute, I'm the villain. I'm the monster. And I'm trying to make it look and appear as though they are the monster, but it was me all along. See how God worked? So good. Anyway, so individuals that choose to unite reveal that they have the open heart. They are choosing oneness and wholeness with mother and father as one eye, right? And because their actions and motivations, The actions and motivations of individuals that want to destroy, manipulate, deceive, and kill, steal, and destroy for personal gain reveal that they have a closed heart. So they lack internal wealth, meaning they lack true wealth. A lot of people can have the appearance of wealth but not truly be wealthy. You see, you have to have the ability to see beyond surface level things to see the truth. So it doesn't matter what positions you hold or the accomplishments you have achieved or the race that you are or the belief that you are. It doesn't matter, because none of those things mean anything without internal wealth. So that's why you have individuals who have external wealth and positions and things, but yet they want to destroy the people who have nothing. Why? Because they realize that they actually do have more than them. Because they have internal wealth, which is true wealth. They've been trying to destroy that internal wealth, but we actually utilize the pain. We built this city, you see. We used the bricks that they were throwing to destroy us, which was pain, and we built great things. So we transmuted it into power, gain, and it's actually teaching them a lesson. So the ones at the top are actually learning from the ones at the bottom, and the ones at the bottom are actually learning from the ones at the top. So we are actually able to see where we truly stand rather than the false narrative that we created here in this world, or that was created here in this world. Powerful. All right. So the focus was never meant to be on the external factors, but on the internal, which provided wealth to the external. So it's internal to external, so that you can remain humble and you realize who you are in a balanced perspective, with a balanced ego rather than an imbalanced ego, which can cause destruction of self and others. Freedom! All right, so it's a beautiful thing, and that is the game of life. You have to realize who you are in order for you to gain sight to see the truth. A beautiful lesson, well played. So why are individuals angry with the individuals that try to destroy them? Because they only provide you with wealth. So why are you angry? You are the main character that they will look to for guidance now, because you utilize the dark places to teach you valuable lessons. So now you can convey those valuable lessons to all. It's not for you to have it in pride and ego and remain in that, but it's to realize that all things are possible. And it just opens your eyes to the truth. All right. So now, to whom much is given, much is required. So you have received great power, spiritual power and ability. You are very strong because you have endured so much, and yet you still stand. But you are meant to utilize what you have been given to help others also see the truth about themselves, teaching them to see their reflection. That is the goal and the mission, because you realize that if they are able to see their reflection, they can experience freedom rather than bondage. So you transform that pain to power that will be used to free many from the programming and the bondage of surface level blindness. So you got to go deeper. So he that hath an ear, let him hear, right? What the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, is saying unto you. The you, the real you, not the surface level you, but the you. Not the programming you within the game that caused you to be left-handed but also have access to right brain, and also have you right-handed and also have access to your left brain. We're not talking about the mix up in the reverse to cause confusion. We're going to utilize those things that were meant to cause confusion, and we're going to utilize it to provide us with great gain and victory. That's why it was allowed. It was allowed to produce great gain for everyone, because you're able to provide them with the ability to see themselves so that they can do the work required for them to also be free. When I help you rise, I rise. They are actually teachers. Utilize the individuals that try to cause you pain. Know that they are teachers that were created to help us awaken. They know who they are, and they are simply waiting for us to realize who we are. That's the game. They can't tell us who we are. We have to know who we are. We can't just believe, we have to know. Beautiful. Then it's game over. Then it's game over, which is actually victory, because they also want to be free from bondage of hate. They also want to be free. So isn't that something? They want to be free too. So when you rise, I rise. When they help us rise, they rise. When you rise, I rise, just like that, just like that, just like that. They know that we are the strongest, and that is why it was agreed and allowed for them to put those things and that weight and pressure on us. All right? Because they knew that we would find those answers to questions and solutions to problems. So be thankful, because things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you to change and grow, to become more, to find those hidden treasures in those dark places, right? So, a great sacrifice for a great reward. We are one, even though it may sometimes be divided for lessons and things to be learned. The sacrifice is made for the greater good of all. Freedom, priceless freedom within self, within the spirit, understanding truth, providing the necessary fire, the pressure needed to create that great diamond. You know, it's a lot of pressure that goes on the diamond. The rocks are surrounding it, and the fire comes down and is able to create the great, powerful diamond that many consider to be valuable. But a lot of people don't want to go through the process of growth to become that great, strong, precious, powerful diamond. So that is what's going on and taking place. We've been under pressure because we are meant to do something great, but not just for us, but for all to see the truth. That is why it was allowed. And this will help many rise above it all. Look what we built. Those that cause us pain are simply teachers. It's up to us as students to utilize the lessons to gain a balanced perspective as student/teacher on the daily basis. Forever learning, realizing that an individual can become so smart that they are dumb in this system. Because the wise, so you never would say that I'm smart, I know everything. No. The wise realize that they know nothing, and that's why they continue to receive as a child, ready to learn something new every day. What lesson will I learn today? All right, reclaim your freedom, because bondage is no longer an option if you are looking to survive. Freedom. Till next time, take care, everybody. They're not like us, but we want them to be, because we want them to become whole and see themselves through truth. Freedom.